Clearing up. I think it's crucial that young people should clear up for themselves. We shouldn't have teachers and teaching assistants and somebody clearing up for pupils, whatever age. So it isn't difficult, so it's not a great chore. What I tend to do is, with this ink, if I just come over here, you can see that I'm just scraping that off. Now, there's not a lot of ink there, so there's not a lot of wastage. But if you were thinking ecologically, you could reuse this ink, but it's not a great stretch, let's be fair. So that's your ink. What we need to do is to clean our brushes as well. That's fairly straightforward. That's just in water, and they come out nice and quickly. The other thing is to clean the screen. Now, what I find is I have this large sponge here, and I just work the top. This is my car sponge. You can see that it's beginning to work its magic there. If you haven't got a big car sponge, then this kitchen sponge will do. We're almost there, you can see. If you take this over to the sink, there's a tendency to blast the taps on and get lots and lots of water all over the place, and you can see that just with 2 goes that is almost back to perfect. And then with a paper towel, you can see if there's any ink on there, and I think that's coming out quite clean. Just to be pernickety, or I just like to do this anyway, I like to be thorough with the screens, is just very gently on the back, just give it 1 go, because we've got the vinyl tape and that's got glue on, so you don't want to put too much water on there, because that will remove the vinyl tape. So just once quickly on the back, and that's ready to go. You could dry that by a heater, or you could just radiator, or you can just use towels and just clean that off. And that is ready now to apply more printing ink and do another design, ready to go. So that's it, not a massive process. I've almost forgotten the squeegee. You have to clean our squeegee. That's very straightforward. Look after your printing equipment, and your printing equipment will look after you. And your palette knife. Okay, I think that's it. Just a final point. These are my 2 prints that I created earlier in true Blue Peter fashion. Very cartoony, very simple. Now, they will take at least an hour to dry, so put them on a rack and just leave them. They may take longer, you might have to leave them overnight. It just depends on the extender base. If you don't like what you've done, don't put it in the bin. I always keep my prints because we could use that as a background. If we don't like something, we can always paint over the top of it, we can print over the top of it, we can draw, we can tear it up and use it as a collage. So it's all useful. Please don't throw anything away. Keep all your printing work, because you never know what will happen. We can collage, we can put tissue on the top. Young people are very inventive, and they can really go to town on this. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Mistakes are good, happy accidents are good. Just run with the process.